pretty early. Today is Saturday, right? Most of you are probably in your bed, right? Um, I want to do open case this morning, right? Hold on 1 second, family, because hold on 1 second, family. I want to do open case this morning, but I want to move this charger and get me some water. Change this water out. Let me change this water out here, because I'm going to guzzle that down. Right? And move this over. I have to move this over. Okay, I think I'm fine for now. Let's move this over. I'm working with the natural sunlight today, family. That's the best thing about having a window here, because I remember in my other space, family, one of my spiritual spaces, I didn't even have a window. Okay, let me plug this in, because that's what I meant to do. Luna, out, Luna, out, right now, out. You're not hanging out in here. Have to throw my Luna out. Okay. She was in here. She was back and forth, but then she come back in here. All right, just moving some things. Good morning, family. I'm coming. Let's see what's going on in here. Good morning, family. I know that you all got to see me late last night, and now you get to see me early in the morning. All right. All right. I hope that I have that still plugged in. I had to move that charger, family. All right. Let's see. Let me get in here. And why I can't get in here? Okay, I'm in here now. All right, family. So this morning I'm not gonna be up here that long. This morning, good morning, family. I see you all. Oops. I done knocked out the chat. What happened to my chat? My chat knocked out, family. It's nothing up there. It was coming in. Let me go back out, because it does that. I don't know, family. Chat acting up. All right, I can't see my chat. It's just, I don't know. Whatever you all was saying up there, I can't see it right now. It's just, my chat just knocked out. See, it's been doing that, right? So I can't see the messages. Can't see what you all are saying in here. Why is it doing that? What you all was saying beforehand, right? I don't know. Not seeing it. It's showing me. All right. Good morning on my journey. Good morning, Nina. Good morning, Antoinette. I thought I seen more talk than this in the chat, but I can't see it, family. Right? It's not letting me. Just let me see that. All right. So this morning, I'm watching they clone Tyrone. Who's Tyrone? I don't know who Tyrone is. I missed you last night, Queen. Oh, on my journey. Ah, I wish you was up there, right? But I'm happy that you're here now, right? So that's the most important thing. I said, let me come up here and just do open case, because I haven't done an open case in a minute, right, with the family. So I'm just going to come up here and do an open case with the family. Another thing is, right, I was working on that case, right, family, and it was supposed to be, because I wanted to work on that case with the Patreon family, but somehow when I uploaded it, it uploaded publicly. But I know why, right? Because my last recording was public, right? It was public, and I never switched the setting back. So it just loaded up public. So that's why, if some of you all was looking for that read, it wasn't really meant for to be public. So I had to go back in there and change it. But needless to say, I know some of you all did catch that reading, right? By the time I caught it, it was a few hours went by, okay? But the family did reach out to me in the wee hours, let me know that they did find these babies. I don't know if they found both or one, right? And unfortunately, right, the child that they did find was found deceased in the water. And I have been praying against that energy, right, family? You all know that I had that reading, and I was praying against that energy. I was praying that at least someone had those children, right? Although some things did come out, and we did see the element come out, and some things happening within that, right, that I spoke of. And I did feel that energy on my legs, right? That energy that would tell me the coolness, right? But I tell you all, family, I have a hard time with those energies, picking up those two energies, right? When it's the wind, so when it's the air, or it's the water, right? Because it mimics each other. I felt the cool breeze all on the lower part of my body, right? So it lets me know you either out there in the water, right, or you out there in nature somewhere with the cool breeze on you. But I couldn't pick it up, and I was just praying that these babies wasn't out there in that water, right? But unfortunately, family did get to me and tell me that they did recover these babies. So we just sending prayers, right? Because I believe it's like a whole family, might as well say, right, has lost their life. So so I'm not going to tap back into that energy, right? I'm not going to tap back into that energy. I was going to do another read on these babies if they wasn't found, because I wanted to look deeper and see if somebody actually did travel with these babies. But that's actually the current, the water taking them away. I was going to scry over that case, and it was a good thing that I didn't scry that night, right, that day when I did the reading, because sometimes it's best that I don't scry over certain things at times when I feel like that, because you never know what you might see, right, scrying. So you know, but I did say that if they wasn't found, I was going to scry over a location, see or what I can see in the scry. So I'm gonna leave that case alone, right, family? We're going to continue to pray for the family, because this is such a tragedy. I believe they were 9 months and 2 years old. All right. So go back and analyze the spread, family, right? And listen to everything that I've said on that reading, right? Then you'll all be able to put some things together. It's just a terrible tragedy. Okay. All right, open case, family. If anybody have a case that they want me to look into, a case that I haven't done before, I don't want a case that I've worked on, right? A new case, any case, we could look into. Listen, when you see it, you're going to be like, hell no. Who is this? You talking about? Oh, on my journey said, is that oh, Jamie Foxx? Is that supposed to be Tyrone? I don't know, family, right? Is that another name he's going by? I don't know. I'm not sure. What I'm not sure. Joshua Fowles. All right. Is Joshua Fowles a minor? Is he a minor? Is he an adult? What's going on there on my journey? Ashley said Joshua Fowles. He died mysteriously in prison in Shelby County, Alabama. Okay. All right. Your favorite African says somebody did say Jamie Foxx got cloned. All right. He's an adult. Okay. I don't know anything about Joshua Fowles. Let's see what happened to Joshua Fowles. I don't know. He's from a family said he's died mysteriously in prison in Alabama, right? Let's see. Let's look at this young man, right? My cards sticking in one another. I gotta fix that. All right, let's look at the situation concerning Joshua Fowles. Joshua Fowles. Joshua Fowles. The ancestors clarity into the situation. Oh, this is up high. I got this up high today. Did a good job at that today. All right, so I'm definitely seeing be careful with this secret, right? Because this is going to shift around. All right, this energy right here is going to shift around. But I'm seeing the park just tell me yes, a park, a park-like area. So yes, it could be an open field, whatever. It also lets me know about activities, recreational activities, whatever you do for recreational fun, right? Whatever it may be doing, you may be doing. So that's what this lets me know about. First of all, I'm seeing some energy that's here that's shifting around here and with this partner. So I got some activities going on, whatever the activities may be, right? But I have somebody who is, I got to look at the activities that they're doing, right? Could be some positive things, could be some not good positive things in here, right? Because that's what the ancestor said. Look, take a deeper look at the serpent in here. But the secret is a partner. So I got to look at whoever Joshua Fowles was with, right? I have to look at that individual, okay? So this is going to shift around. Ancestors reveal the messages. Can't even see my scribe because I can't see too good in there because the light is kind of knocking it out. They could be in here doing some the way the ancestors do this out. Definitely it could be some things that they was in here doing, right? Some workout stuff probably too at that, right? The way the ancestors has thrown this out. But I'm seeing some obstacles and battles in here, right? Whatever activities that's going on here, right? So some obstacles, some battles in here. The ancestor said yes. Within these activities, yes, I got some siblings involved. So I got to look at somebody in there that connected, okay? They connected to one another in there, right? Now you see the strength at home, right? Because I have other individuals, right? Trying to not just him, right, in his home life, but I got to look at other people along his path in here, right? That's trying to have strength regarding some things, right? But the ancestor said, look, take a deeper look at the serpent energy in here, because I have people, I got to look at people at home, right? Even people where he was, right, not having the best energy. And these people right here, they're giving mixed messages, mixed energy in here, right? So sometimes these people be for you, right? And they be against you at the same time. That's the thing, okay? So it's something definitely going on here. It's brewing. Some things from home. So something stemmed from home. So you never know, okay? You see this partner, it's some communication going on here with money, right? So whatever's going on in here, I'm seeing money being involved. So somebody's doing this, right? But not only that, I gotta look at because remember, this energy is going to shift, right? This energy is going to shift from one partner to another. So from somebody, the partner could be his jail cell partner, however they do it there, right? And then I have to look at a partner at home as well, okay? The way the ancestors own his spread out. So whatever's going on is some communication going on with money, right? So in both places. So basically, just say if he owes somebody money in jail or was asking somebody, then he could have been phoning home to say, listen, I need that money. You understand? So whatever's going on in here, right? But the communication is all about the money. Ancestors. Clarity. Situation. Yeah. All right. So first of all, I'm seeing some activities going on with trafficking, right? Ancestors say yes, and I got some siblings involved, right? So the trafficking just tells me trafficking something or someone, okay? So you taking something by force, or even by will. You just taking, right? So I have that's going on. The ancestors say yes, confirmation, some trafficking. So Joshua Fowles, what was he in prison for? Let me know. Put the shit at, okay? You see this trafficking? You see how this wheel is turning? This wheel is turning for prosperity, abundance, karma, fate. So sometimes these people meet their fate, right? Or it's karma that comes back. This is just some unexpected turn of events, okay? So basically, you could have got something rewarding out of this, but it cost you your life in return, right? I got a lot of serpent energy back here that's telling me that you're getting both. You're getting prosperity and abundance out of this, but also it's something that's going to catch up with you, okay? Now, if you see right here, when you go along, you see something happen to an organ. So I got to look at something, right? This organ could tell me a lot of things, right? A heart stop beating, something is off within the body, right? Somebody's sick in some kind of way. So I got to look at this, but I got to look at this partner, right? Behind this situation. But it's something over money, right? Some situation over money, okay? You see this at home? I have people at home as well, right? So there's people along his path, okay? Whoever is back there in his home life, okay? They're trying to overcome some things, right? Some battles to themselves, because it's like something that whatever Joshua used to do, right? Whatever this young man used to do is like, they took a hit, they took a loss in here now, because he's no longer here, right? To fulfill whatever obligations he used to fulfill, okay? So that's the ancestors, clarity. Into the messages. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Money all over here, right? So somebody took his life over money, right? Somebody took his life over money, right? That's what this whole thing was about. Okay. You see something happen here, right? Because something was stolen, and this was the communication was about. All right. You know, they in here, they arguing over this, right? Um, and here's a sacrifice over this wealth in here, right? So it lets me know that the sacrifice, yes, you could give up something or someone, right, for something more valuable. Okay. Sometimes these people could even do a ritual on you, depending on how the cards lay. But the thing is, somebody here sacrificed him over money, right? So yeah, these things happen. People will take your life over a dollar, right, family, right? Because some people, they value money more over life, and unfortunately, but that's sad. But this is the secret, right? Something happened here, right? But it seemed like the whole thing is because of something that escalated over money. Okay, so whatever this is, I know that you all said this man was in prison or whatever, right, and jail, but something is going on back there. Um, you see the trafficking and the activities. Now I'm seeing this young man impaired. And I tell you, family, the impaired just lets me know, yes, it could be a mental impairment, right? It could be a physical impairment. You could be impaired because you intoxicated, right? I got to look at a physical impairment in here, right? Here's a strength in here. So I got to look at him impaired, right? So bodily harm done in some kind of way to him. Another thing is, you see the trafficking, you see the kill, and you see the asset. So somebody actually wanted to do something to him because of money, right? So it's coming out on both sides. So I got to look at even in his home life, right? Back there in his home life, even in the prison life, right? Because sometimes these people can go to jail for one thing and do something in the streets, and then they buddies could be in prison too with you, and they could contact they buddies however they do this, and let them know what's going on, and then the buddies want to get you, right, while you incarcerated. So it's some things that goes on too, right? But needless to say, I'm seeing that whatever happened to him, the ancestor said killed. Yes, he was killed. So I can't look at, because this is confirmation, right, telling me that this young man, this has happened to this young man. So I can't look at him just dying, right? You all say he died under mysterious circumstances. I can't look at him he just died, right? A natural death, because the ancestors are saying confirmation that this has happened to him, right? So something happened back there. Somebody, right, contributed to something back there, okay? And I got to look at somebody doing this in a way of wanting to take his possessions, mainly his money, right? Argument going on over here, discussion over stolen money. Ancestor said yes, impaired, right? It's aggressive. This energy is just shifting in here, right? But it's some things that has brewed from home as well. So these people, somebody could know somebody from back home as well, okay? So I want you all to know that. Okay, let's see what's going on. All right, so you see here, now I gotta look at when this man was alive. But also, I want you all to see this connection, right? You see this, that tells me you're alive, you're aware, you're alert, right? So people could be aware of things, right? You could be alert, alive, even when you was alive, right? You see these activities that's going on back here, this trafficking activities that tells me that you're taking something or someone against will, right? Or the person gonna know you taking it, you just taking it, so you just give me it's mine, right? Type of attitude. you see this sexual partner in here, how this wheel is turning back here, right? Holding two energies back here. Because, see, somebody is aware of this. This is a partner that he's connected to, a sexual partner at that. That's connected to him, that's aware of the things that whatever Joshua is doing, right? Or whatever he has done in his life, they're aware of it, but they benefiting from it, right? But there's a lot of quarrels going on with them in here. Okay, but this person is benefiting from it. So this is some personal things that the ancestors is throwing out. All right, I have a partner that's connected to him sexually that's benefiting from some of these things that he's doing in his life. Okay, they're holding two energies, and so on one end the person may want him to do right, but on the other end the person is you know, they benefiting from it, so they might be like, you know, well, at least I got my new shoes or my new coat, right? So it's some things that's going on there. Okay, but I have some quarrels, right, aside of this, because I tell you, family, this energy is shifting from one person to another. So not just a sexual partner, I have another person in here, right, that is that sacrificed him, right, over some money, over some situation with money, right? And I knew that something was brewing from home, so some energy is coming through from home. So whatever happened in prison, I got to look at his home life as well, right? Because the ancestor says some things is just brewing from home as well. Okay, so some things was going on in his home life as well. Okay, that energy is just shifting around in here. You see this, and I gotta look at, yes, the ancestors let me know when he was alive, right? Harmed right here with this energy coming out for assets. So not only do I gotta look at some stolen things and some stolen money and somebody sacrificing you, but then I gotta look at some things that happen over here, right? So I have to look at that. Some things is going on, but some things, some aggressive things stem back from home, the ancestors are saying. So something more happened and somebody contributed to this. Ooh, child, I'll get that message in a minute. Just flew out. So we praying for this young man, right? We don't stop praying. It doesn't matter. The ancestors not saying that he's deserving of this. Spirit just bringing forth what others don't see or what others don't know. What people try to hide or deceive us from. No, I can't see him mysteriously just dying in prison. Whatever they may say, right? I'm not buying it, right? See, you see this bullying and abuse, right? Because something happened here, right? While he was alive, right? So this is somebody battering you, coercing you. Now he's impaired, right? Now he's impaired back there because somebody did some bodily harm back here to him. You understand? Now you see this? This is when he's still alive. Now somebody is doing this, okay, to him. Now when the energy shift over here, you see all these violations going on here and this celebration, because these people is actually celebrating that they have done something, right? In regards to money. So they have gotten something out of here, right? So I have this. These violations tells me just tell me that someone has been stripped of their innocence. Violations. I can't tell you what the violations be because it could be something from something minor to something major, right? These violations. But this is the violations going on in back here. The ancestors said, yes, confirmation, right? Some things happen within the violations. So somebody violated him in some kind of way, right? I got battery. I got him impaired in here. Some things happen. Some activities that's going on in here regarding somebody taking something. Or you understand? So something stemmed from home, too. So it could have been somebody who caught up with you, did some things to you, and you know, sometimes they do that, right? Turn the blind eye. Other people in there, they turn the blind eye, don't say nothing, right? But they know what's going on. Also, he wants you all to know that the right side of his head, family, they need to check on the right side of his head, okay? The upper part close on the right? He sustained massive trauma there, okay? So if I was a family, I would definitely get an autopsy because he definitely want that to be known, right? So if they check the right side of his head on the upper, they'll see he got massive injuries there, right? He sustained something. I don't know what that is, right? Could be a fracture, could be beaten in the head, whatever. But he sustained trauma there to his head, right? And he didn't just, that didn't just happen on its own. That's for sure. So if I was the family, I would definitely get an autopsy done. Okay. I don't know how old this case may be, but they should look into that. You see the bullying, here's the abuse. So the abuse just lets me know that you being abusive in some type of way. But this, so I have to look at this aggressive abuse that's going on here, right? Not only that, not only there where he was, but also because right here I'm seeing some things in his relationship, right? With a partner. So this is a sexual partner in here. So abuse here as well, right? So the way the ancestors threw this out, I got to look at somebody doing something, violating him in the prison, right? Where he was. Then I got to look at his home life, right? So the relationships that he's in with women. I got to look at that because I got some bullying. So I got some battery here, domestic violence, right? Abuse going on in here. Okay. That's just escalating. So I got some things that's coming out here, right? And that's not saying that this, oh, I got to get this message that flew out. I almost forgot. Okay, here's the water element that flew out. I was discussing something and the message flew out and I said I'm going to get that message and just kept proceeding. This just let me know that feelings and emotions involved, right? So I got people, they sometimes these people let their feelings get to the best of them over some things, but also I got to look at some emotional events that has played out. And I know it did because he sustained a lot of trauma to his head on the right side, family. So it's a lot of things that's going on, right? This event was emotional for him, but I also know that I have people with their feelings involved, so they act. These people react on things because of their feelings, right? Or their mood or how they feel that day, right? So I got that's going on in here with this young man Joshua. All right. So this what has happened here, right? So this is going on in his. This is like personal stuff that's going on, right? But the ancestors bring it out. I can't tell you why the ancestors bring this out, but it's for a reason, right? Because sometimes when you know a person passed or know what a person has done in their life, you can understand why things happen to them, okay? Or why they take a certain route, because you know, you got to look at their lifestyle, okay? So it lets me know that I got to look at Joshua himself, right? I got to look at Joshua himself because the energy that's coming through that's being exhibited, it tells me that he's the type of person that can get confrontational if need to be, right? So I have to look at that. So sometimes with these people, they don't walk away, they don't let things down either, right? They don't let nobody try to take advantage or bully them, right? So they're gonna fight back. So I have to look at some of those things as well, okay? Because the way his spread comes out. Now, you see this quarrels, you see this illness, you see the scream and the quarrels, actual screams, right? Here's the illness, right? So something happened here. You sick because of something, right? The illness, though, I'm getting on top of this stolen, right? And the communication in here, however you may be doing this communication, right? So it's like something happened here because of that. And I'm seeing him being sacrificed. So you're being sacrificed. So you're not well here, right? The ancestors already say he's impaired. So I got to look at a physical impairment in here. But it's all because of this, right? Something brewing over some money, right? But this is the thing. After something happened, look at this, abandoned, right? Just left him there, right? So it's like you did what you're going to do and I'm out of here, right? Your job is done, right? So something happened here. So we praying for the family and, you know, this situation. Okay. Most of the time, this is how people get away with it, right? They're not gonna do something to you and just stay there and involve themselves in what has happened to you, right? So he's saying he was abandoned, right? He was sacrificed. He was abandoned over this money, right? So that's what a lot of these quarrels was about. Okay. All right, let's look at this water element. Let's see into the water element. So here's the guilty. It lets me know that you're guilty of something. You're doing some wrongdoing in here, right? But it's some emotional things tied to this, okay? To this guilt, right? So it's like, yeah, you're guilty of some things, but you still remorseful. You still could be remorseful at the same time. You understand? But still, people are doing wrongdoing in here because they letting their feelings get to the best of them. So they reacting out of how they feel, right? Or for emotional feelings in here. You're very welcome. So that's spirit saying thank you, right? This is young man Joshua Fowles thanking me for shedding light in the ancestors on this case. Not only that, somebody received something out of this, and I know they did because they took something over here, all right? So whatever they did to this young man, they took something in the process, okay? So they got whatever. That's why they in here. They celebrating. Look at these siblings in here celebrating. There's a connection in here, right? They celebrating the fact that they got something. You understand, family? This is what they doing in here, okay? So they done did some bodily harm to him, left him there, impaired, right? And of course, so he's still alive at this time. He's impaired and alive, okay? But then he succumbed from his injuries, all right? But see, they just abandoned him, right? They did what they had to do, took whatever they needed to take, and they out of there. You understand? So this is what happened in here, right? So this is what's going on, right? In this young man case, right? We praying, we don't stop praying. It doesn't mean that whatever Joshua Fowles was doing in his home life and in his jail life, whatever, right? It's not saying that he's deserving of this, okay? That's not what the ancestors is saying, right? But the ancestors just spreading light, shedding light on what has happened in this young man's situation. Somebody has caused this. Somebody has done bodily harm to him. And like I said, if they check the right side of his head, if the family had, you know, if they have or haven't, they need to definitely look into that autopsy on the right side of his head because he suffered a significant amount of trauma right there. Okay. So I think that'll be all the evidence that they would need in this case, right? Because Spirit's just tugging me to that, right? So that's the reading on this young man. So we praying, right? We praying for the family, okay? Because you will expect that if your loved one to go to prison, right, they will come home, right, in one piece. But you see, family, it's not always like that, right? Some terrible things happen to some terrible people in prison, and some terrible things happen to some good people in prison. Because believe it or not, it's some good people that go to prison. It's some people that's innocent and they wind up in prison. Some people that just do something that they not thinking of, like getting parking tickets, and next thing you know, they getting arrested and going to jail, right? But they're not necessarily bad individuals, right? But they get caught up in the nonsense, right? In the system, and right? You expect them to come home, right? So we just going to send prayers, right? And you're very welcome. So that's the reading on this young man. Let me see what you all saying. Renee say, thank you so much. I've been waiting on this, Miss T. You are very welcome. I don't know the whole situation behind this individual, but analyze the messages. You're very welcome, Ashley. Taking drugs in the prison or jail, how is that possible? Antoinette say, let me tell you something. Anything is possible, right? These people, right? Now these people, sometimes these officers be bringing them in, right? Family and friends come up there and bring them in, right? So they be getting a way to get them in. I seen something one time, some documentary, and they said that this person was a fashion star in prison, right? And I'm thinking, a fashion star, the person was all over social media and they was in prison, right? I don't know if you all heard of this. This was a few years back, but the person was all over social media with they fashion, with doing clothing and all this in the prison. Now, how they get that up there, right? All on social media. These people don't have no I think access to phones like this, but Obviously, this in this prison, these people was getting it, right? Getting access to phones and all kind of things. So they in there, they doing all kind of stuff, right? Bringing all kind of stuff in there. And ancestor set trafficking, right? So what are you trafficking? Okay. So there's a lot of activities over trafficking, right? So you got to look at that. What are you trafficking? Okay. Ancestor saying it's money, right? So I have to look at that, the exchange of whatever it is in there that you're trafficking. So money, drugs, whatever. Okay. Because these people, you know, they traffic anything. Okay. Do all kind of stuff. And Antoinette said that's why I asked the question. Yes. The guards. Yes, Antoinette, you're right, right? You wonder how you get these in there, but they are doing it, right? Antoinette said my condolences to the family and friends. Yes. Antoinette said it's on Netflix. Please go look at that. What's going on with everyone? Okay. Nina said Fowles was arrested on a probation violation related to a theft charge. Well, you know, somebody in here has been stealing, right? I believe the ancestors has brought that out, right? Stolen money, right? Communication going on with things that has been stolen in here, right? Quarrels because of it. So I got to look at not just what's going on in prison, but ancestors said in the home life, So back at home, right? So wherever he live at, things brewing from there, things getting intense from there, right? Sometimes these things catch up with you, right, family? You don't know who. Somebody bump into somebody see you. Oh, that's the mother effer, right? That's how they talk out there. That's the mother effer who did XYZ, right? Payback time, because now they know these people that's up there in the same area you at, right? Set you up, okay? But no, this is not no mysterious death according to what the ancestors has thrown out. Somebody contributed to that. They violated him. They battered him, okay? Trauma to the right side of his head. So yes, that's what's going on in this young man's case, right? And whoever did it done took some things from him too. Okay. So they did this and they took it. They took whatever it was he had valuable to them. They took. Right? So I have that's going on in that case. Nina said, girl, the guards and other jail or prison staff. Yep. Sure, yes. Nina said, unfortunately, so many young men in jail and prison are taking drugs and they are killing them. Yeah. That too. Right? That too. Right? Zia TC said, I love this channel. So glad I found you 2 years ago. Zia, I'm so happy that you found me as well, right? And I'm so happy that you're here, part of the spiritual family. Thank you for that message. Yes, it's so much going on, all right? Family. I put me a turkey. My mother bought us a nice turkey breast, right? And I done seasoned it up, family. I'm just sharing this with you all, right? I done seasoned it up and put it in my oven to you know, to roast that turkey. So we gonna have some turkey today, right, family? Me and my mother was cracking up early this morning though, because she bought me the turkey and I said, okay, I'm gonna put it in the fridge because I know I'm gonna make it over the weekend. So when I took the turkey out, I cracked up with my mother because I said, Mom, somebody stole my turkey legs, right? The legs was going off the turkey. So my mother laughed so hard. She said, no, that's how they doing it. That's how they doing it. They charged me X amount of money for this turkey. And they got the nerve not to have the legs on the turkey. So we laughed because she not only did she buy my house one, she bought her home one too. So she bought both of us a turkey. So we started laughing. I said, yeah, they took the rest of the turkey legs and resold them, right? So this is what's going on out here, family, right? They selling parts, reselling the other parts, right? Making the same amount of money, making double the money, okay? But needless to say, we are going to have us some turkey today. I remember seeing a picture when he passed. His right arm was very swollen. Oh yeah, Renee. You know why his right arm was swollen? Because, like the ancestor said, he suffered a significant amount of trauma to the right side of his head, right? So I could imagine the right side of his body being bruised up as well, right? This is not something that just happened, right? That ain't just happened. And, oh, he just died. No, this was, you see them siblings? This was somebody who was in on it, right? They connected, okay? So these are some siblings that's in there. They incarcerated together, whatever, and they in cahoots with one another, and they done conspired to do some things to this young man. Sometimes people don't talk about it, right? Because they be the next victim. So nobody's gonna say that, yeah, I saw blah 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 blah. Over there do XYZ. They're not gonna speak about this, right? So you got some things that's going on in here, okay? We just praying, right? Pray for the family, because no matter, right, if people feel like he was a bad individual or good individual, however it may goes, he had family, I'm sure, that loved him, right? And would have loved to probably see him through this situation, okay? Alive. So I'm just going to say that. Can we get a spread too on Carly? LaShawn said, oh, I'm done with Carly case, family. I'm done with Carly case, right? I'm done with Carly case for a lot of reasons. But I did do a personal reading on Carly, right? That's on Patreon, right? Where we pried all into Carly's life. I did not want to put it up here because this young lady has been found, right? Alive. So I don't want to put it up here because it's some personal things. I'm gonna say this. When I first tapped into that energy, and I think I talked about that before with Carly case, that I wanted to pick that all apart, but the ancestors told me don't speak of it. So I said I wasn't going to speak about it at that time, but because I didn't want to sound insensitive to someone who is missing, right? And that's the thing. But I really wanted to pick that whole case apart, because as soon as the ancestor told me that it's a psyop back there behind this young lady being missing, I wanted to tear that whole. But I said I'm not going to do it, right? I'm not going to do it, because if you see everything that was going on with different people, right? And Carly herself, it is a mess. It is a mess, right? It's a mess. Someone made a statement, I believe, in that comment section saying that your cards is all over the place. So that's what happened, right? When your life is in shambles, right? The spread is going to come out all over the place, because that's a disaster that's going on. It's a train wreck, right? So when the ancestors throw my messages out certain kind of ways, I know what's going on in there, right? This person's all over the place, right? So I don't want to tap back into Carly's energy, right? We all know what Carly's doing. We're going to pray for her, right? For her mental well-being, okay? Pray for her and her family, because I know that she cares deeply about how others view her. That's important to her. So her image is important to her, right? I'm sure she didn't expect this thing to get out of control like this, right? So just pray for her and her family. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to tap back into that case no more, right? Nina said some of these drugs, what is this? I can't see what this thing up there. Some of these drugs make people behave erratic and will beat their heads against the wall and floor. They said he was behaving erratic. Yeah, somebody contributed to that too, right? Did somebody take his things? Did somebody steal his things? And then he started behaving erratically, right? You understand? Because somebody in here, they rewarded themselves with taking something that belongs to him. Okay? And the ancestors said that I got to look at somebody battering him, right? I have to look at abuse going on in there, right? I got to look at somebody who was connected in there, right? So a cell partner, a recreational partner that you may do rec with. How long he was in prison before he passed away? Anybody know? How long was he in prison before this young man died? Was he in there a couple of days, a couple of weeks? What? Nina said, but Miss T, do you think Carly's mom really believe her? Carly's mom don't believe that mess. I'm not gonna get into that. He was in there about 7 days. Yeah. 7 days is long enough to get acquainted with someone for someone to set you up. Okay, that's for sure. 7 days is enough time for somebody to. And I tell you, family, sometimes these people, you can have one issue and somebody will set it up to look like it was the issue that you had or was going through that caused this, knowing damn well they have caused it, right? I tell you, family, these people will set you up, okay? Set something up to look like a suicide, set something. They do this all the time, right? Contributed something and then set it up to look like you done did it to yourself. Of course, they're going to make it look like he done did it to himself. And he was, because you know why? Things will fall back on the guards, right? Things will fall back on the prison. Now all eyes is on the prison. Of course, they're going to set it up to look like that, right? Well, of course, they're going to put that in their report. Of course, they will, right? Of course, they will. That's how they have to account for his injuries, okay? Oh, just put that down that I know that that's what they're doing. I know. So, I don't believe it. Hi, Quinn, is this Quinlan 100 00 Quinlan 00? Antoinette said, Nina, the mom was in on it, hon. Antoinette said, Carly has done this before. Go back and look at her IG. And thank you for expressing that, Antoinette, because I think I done expressed something like that in a read, right? Somebody has been doing some things before, right? This ain't the first time. And this is not the first time they spoke to somebody about this. So it's not the first time that somebody will either speak to you about something or you speak to someone regarding something, right? So that, too, that energy that I've picked up, right? Along that reading. But when you're not stable, when you're not mentally stable, these things can happen. So I have to look and and that doesn't mean somebody's crazy or they retarded. That's not what that means, because sometimes stress can make you do weird and crazy things, right? Sometimes stress can cause that. So if you have stress in your life, you're liable to do anything, right? You behave like a 2-year-old. You never thought that you would act that way, right? You ever see grown adults throw temper tantrums? You ever seen that? It goes on, right? Because they be put in a stressful situation, and either they don't know how they're gonna come out of it, or it's just too much stress for them to deal with, right? So they out there throwing tantrums. So it happens, right? She need to work on her mental stability. Right? That's all I'm seeing that the ancestors are saying regarding her. Okay, so however that may resonate with her, go to therapy, take some medication, whatever, right? But that's the area that she need to work on in her life. Okay. Antoinette said, yes, being in the spirit world, you have to look at it in a delicate state. Yes, right? That's why the ancestors always tell me to go into some things, go into everything, not just some things, non-judgmental, right? So I don't judge because I know, you know, I have to look at the pros and the cons, right? I don't judge, right? But I know these things can happen, right? It shouldn't happen, right? But it happens, family. Okay. Tanisha said, reminds me of the Tawana Brawley case in New York. Yeah. All right, family. Wait a minute. Nina says, sorry, he was taken to the hospital from jail on June the 12th. And he died June 17th. Right? Praying, right? Praying for this young man and the family, right? Because if the prison people, right, when it comes to Joshua Fowles, if the prison people say that they see him acting all erratic and whatever else you were saying in there, you would have think that they would have protected him much more, right? They would have did something to make sure that they you know, place him in a safe environment. But okay, so judging from that, from what happened with his injuries, it tells me that you didn't do much of anything, right? You didn't do much of anything. You let this man harm himself to the point that he's dead. Because that didn't happen like that, right? That didn't happen like that. Something more happened, but they have to cover it up now. This is a cover up, right? It's a cover up. So it's something much more to that, right? And from what the ancestors has thrown out, it looked like a lot of things have been brewing from home, right? So whether somebody noticed him in there from home, right, or anything like that, and decided, you know, some things is gonna catch up because the wheel is just started turning in there, right? And some things that I gotta take a deeper look at is the wheel is just started turning in there, right? Ashley said Shelby County is very racist too. Yes, Nina, if you go back and look at the interview, her body language was a damn lie. I didn't see the interview, family, so I don't know. I didn't see it. Antoinette says, Nina says, Antoinette, you're probably right. I remember thinking that the dad was too cool and quiet. He didn't have much to say. And sometimes when you're quiet, it doesn't mean that you're in on it, right? um Sometimes when you're quiet is because you know that some things is a damn lie. You rather not say anything, right, than to say something that may be incriminating to your own child. Okay. So yeah. Right. So it's best to just not say nothing. But trust me, in the back of their heads, they like, it's a damn lie, right? Got us up here looking like a fool. They plan didn't plan out so well. So that's the read, right, on Joshua Fowles. We praying, right? And we praying for this young lady too, Carly, as well, right? So, and we praying for those two precious babies, family, that I was talking about in the beginning of the read, Maddie and Conrad Shields, right? So we praying for their family as well. Okay, because from what family told me, I don't know if anything changed, but from the wee hours from what I read from family is that I guess yesterday they recovered one of the children, right? So we want to keep their family in prayers too. I was praying against that energy, right? Praying that at least someone has taken these children, although I'm seeing some things going on there, right? But I'd rather have someone has taken the children than to know that the children has you know, passed away. So, but we're still praying, right? Such a tragedy. Tanisha said, Antoinette, they made her lay back, the white men, etc. She accused, but I didn't think she did. Miss T, someone else said the mom kin to Shaquilla Robinson. Hmm. Hmm. It's a lot going on, right, family? It's a lot, right? We praying regardless of what the situation is. We praying, right? We don't stop praying. But I'm gonna get off of here, family. I just wanted to come up here and do an open case, right? So we looked into Joshua Fowles. Continue to pray for his family. If I was his family, I'd definitely try to probe in there and do more, because that ain't what happened, right? But I tell you, family, people are so deceptive nowadays. It's a shame. So I want to say I love you all, family, and I want you all to have a blessed day. I'm gonna get off of here. Have a blessed weekend as well, family. Right? And make sure that you speak prosperity over yourself and your loved ones, right? And protection over yourself and your loved ones before you all head out the door. Okay? Love you all, family.